Alright folks, thank you for joining me and Grace back here for the second set of static experiments. We hope to have a few more intricate, a little bit more complicated demonstrations and experiments to show you the effects of static electricity. And the first one, we're going to start right now. So I'm going to tell you what we're going to need. I'm using a balloon myself. We're just going to use something to build static electricity with. Balloon filled with my air, not a helium, with my mouth. We're going to be using something, piece of felt, wool glove, some of the other stuff from the other video. You can use whatever works best for you. And then we're going to be building something. And how we're going to do so is this is just a vase with a small cork top. Alright, we're going to be using some matches, your everyday normal matches. So maybe parental supervision, just because you don't want to use these without an adult or a parent around. We're going to be using a very, very thin piece of string. This is just super thin string. If the string's too thick, it may not work. So just work with what you have the smallest. All right, a little bit of tape and some scissors. All right, folks, so here's a close-up of everything we're going to need. And we're going to build one of the parts now, and then I'm going to show you how to use it for the later experiment, okay? So again, we have our balloon, matches, I'm just using regular matches, very thin string, tape, scissors, our vase with our cork, all right? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take one of these matches, all right? And we're going to cut the red phosphorus tip off of it, all right? Doesn't really matter how long, just cut really any of it off. All right, I don't know where that went, but we're gonna have to look for that after. So now we just have the wood. Let me put it on the box so you can see. And we're gonna take our string and we're gonna form a knot and a loop around the match, which is just really just a wooden stick now. All right, folks, so we have our contraption. As you saw, it took a little bit to get the match adjusted. So I'm just gonna show you, what you want is you want the match to be parallel to like your table surface. Just like that, perfectly balanced, all right? And then you're gonna take your string and we're gonna place it right on top, okay? And you don't really want it against the wall of the vase, so maybe just, if I didn't align it well with the tape, so I'm just gonna align the top right here, it's no big deal. So it's about in the middle. It looks good, Grace?
Perfect.
All right, so now let's experiment with the static electricity, okay? I'm gonna take the wool glove that I've been using, that works good for me, in our balloon, and let's see what happens when it interacts with the stick, all right? I'm a lefty, so I wanted my left hand. All right, let's let it reach equilibrium. Equilibrium means that it's not moving one way, or it's not doing one way, it's balanced. Let's try it again. All right, but I'll charge again. Let's do that one more time. Pretty neat. Ends up sticking to the walls. I think it's super neat. Again, it's like magic. All right, folks, let's build up some more static charge. All right, check this out. Ready? See how it attracts there? All right. Let's do it on the other side. Let me build up some more charge. And I'm not knocking the table or anything, this is just the balloon, the static electricity. You can really play with it, you can spin it. Alright folks, so now we're back with the second activity, and we're going to build something a little bit differently, but again we're going to use some static electricity. So let's introduce what we're going to need. So first thing we're going to use is we're going to use some aluminum foil, alright, and we're also going to use the top of a shoebox. This is like the top piece that you put on a shoebox, alright, and the piece of aluminum foil that you want, you're going to want it to fit right inside the shoebox like this. So I would use some aluminum foil and cut it with some scissors so that I could do that. Parental supervision, especially if you're using some big scissors like this. Other things that we're going to use is other smaller pieces. I'd say 1 inch, 2 inch squares of aluminum foil. And some styrofoam. I have a bunch of stuff on my styrofoam right here. A big piece. And then here we're going to be using smaller pieces like so. And we're going to be wrapping them in the aluminum foil too. So they're supposed to be balls, but if they're pseudo balls, if they're smaller pieces, that'll work. And then we're going to be using some wooden pegs. These are just simply like knobs that I think Grace had laying around that will work. They're just taller than the shoebox. And if you folks don't have these wooden pegs or styrofoam where we can use instead of the pegs, you can use like bottle caps. You know, Grace saves everything. She saves every bottle cap, every bottle, right? So you could build a little contraption with a bunch of different bottle caps so that they, you know, they're tall enough to sit above the shoebox. You can hot glue gun them together if you'd like. And if you don't have styrofoam, you can try them with pom-poms if you'd like. But all right, that's just about everything that we need. The last thing, which you can find at Home Depot for about like $8 is a piece of this is polycarbonate. This is a polycarbonate sheet. All right, the brand that I'm using right here is called Lexan. About this big, just as long as it's a little bit bigger than your shoebox, you'll be good to go. And yeah, we're gonna be building some static electricity. So you know, use a balloon, use a glove, whatever you would like to use. As you've seen, I've used a few different things in a few different videos. Alright folks, here's a close-up of everything. Again, here's the top of our shoebox. Alright. With our piece of aluminum foil. As you can see, fits right in. We'd use scissors to cut that. And then here's our pom-poms. Little pom-pom pieces. Here's the styrofoam. You can see the big piece of styrofoam I'm holding things on. I have like a few little pieces that we're gonna wrap in aluminum foil. And then here's our pegs. If you don't have the wooden pegs, you can stack some bottle caps, glue them together to make something similar. That'll work. And then finally, I'm just gonna put this over here, cover everything if you don't mind. And we're just gonna take a look at the polycarbonate sheet. I'm gonna lift it up so we can read it a bit. And then once you have the right sheet, we're just gonna peel from the corner. We're gonna peel the top layer off, which is just telling you what it is. All right. So just like this. So you have a see-through sheet. All right, folks. So we're gonna set this up. We're gonna look at the interplay between these materials and the static electricity. We're gonna set it up first. I'm gonna show you how to set it up, and then we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna try a few of the different materials I had shown you. So first thing, if you look at the shoebox and the aluminum foil, it's set in there nicely. All right, and then you're just gonna take your 4 pegs, like so, put them in each corner, and then we're gonna place one of each different material in and see the reaction. If you want to take a look over here, The 3 materials are the pom-poms, all right? We also have just a few pieces of just the regular styrofoam. And then we're gonna make the styrofoam and the aluminum foil over it. How you do that, you just take a piece like that, you put your styrofoam in, and then you form a ball out of it. All right? And it's best to use as little aluminum foil as possible. This may have been a little too much, but it's good for demonstration. Okay, so let's try each different one. Let's see what's gonna happen when we build charge. I'm gonna first start with these pom-pom balls. We're gonna put them in. All right. There shouldn't be any of the other things. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna build charge onto the polycarbonate sheet. So I have the sheet right here. I'm trying not to get fingerprints on it. And then let's use our mitten. Let's form some charge. All right. All right, so let's build our charge. Ready? All right. Sorry, I'm not trying to shake the table here. You can even hear the stack charge building. You can see him jumping up. All right. Nothing too crazy with the pom-pom balls, honestly. But you can start to see them jump up when I bring the mitten over. Nothing crazy, all right? Let's try a different material. We'll do this really quickly. Let's try just the styrofoam. These are all different sizes too. All right, as you can see, right off the bat, these styrofoam, they love to jump onto this polycarbonate sheet. They're even jumping out of my bin. And you can see they're stuck on. Let me lift this up for you. Check this out. Even when I pull it out, it attracts so much that it... All right, let me take all this off. Pretty neat. Wow, it's even on the other side. All right. Reminds me of like popcorn, the little ends of popcorn, you know, when you get to the bottom of your bowl. That should be most of them. Excuse the handprints on the sheet. Polycarbonate sheet. I got one more. And let's try these. All right, let's build up some charge. All right, pretty neat, huh? See how they're moving even after I'm done building charge? All right, we're just giving you a better view of this. This is from the static. This isn't for me moving the box around or anything. This is for the static. Pretty neat, huh? Let me just put them all in together for you, all right? All right, so we got all of them. Let's do it all at once. We got all 3 materials in there. Let's see what happens, all right? Wow, look at him, huh? All right. Even when you touch it, these want to repel. Neat, huh? Let's do one more time. This is, I really got the force here. Let me push that guy back in. Whew. I'm jumping jacks. Okay, I'm just touching it. Alright folks, remember how we were able to lift up Grace's hair with just a balloon? We're going to see if we can lift up something else with it too, alright? So we're going to give her a real good apple sandwich. Alright? Oh, you can hear it. You can hear the static hit. look at that, huh?
Pull it down with your other hand.
Alright.
And then see if it jumps.
See. Let's give it some more static electricity actually. Pretty neat. Let's do one more time here. And even her hair is starting to stand up. Alright. Alright folks, thank you for joining me for the last video for this set. We're going to be able to bend water in this one, so this one's going to be wicked neat. And Grace is going to help me with holding the bottle in a bit too, you're going to see that. What we're going to need for this is I'm going to use the good old trusty lasagna bowl we've used for all of our videos. We're going to be using a little bit of water. I just have a water bottle filled with just water halfway up. We're going to be using a balloon. We're going to be using just a solo cup, like a red or blue solo cup, plastic cup, and some tacks. I'm just using one tack for this, thumbtack. And then we're going to, of course, be building up our charge. I'm going to be using just the wool glove. Alright folks, so here's a close-up of everything. I'm just going to show you what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to make a small hole in the bottom of our red solo cup. So to do that, maybe some adult supervision so you don't poke yourself. We're going to take our one tack in the middle of the bottom of the cup, and we're just going to poke a hole right in the middle like that. Alright, so that the tack pushes all the way through. And we have a hole at the bottom, alright? So we're going to jump right into this in just a minute for you how to use this. Alright folks, so we're going to start the water bending experiment. We know what we have to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this solo cup up with water all the way. And what's going to happen is there's going to be a small stream falling through the bottom. You want to make sure it's the small thumbtack hole so that there's a small stream. And we're going to bend the water with static electricity. So I'm going to fill this up now. Grace is actually going to hold it for me. And we're going to charge some my balloon up. And we're going to see what happens, okay? So I'm going to start that now. Just by filling it up. And you want to fill this up like all the way with water too. That works the best. Alright, so let me put this to the side. And then Grace is going to come help me out. Alright, so I'm going to start building my static. Alright, so we see our stream. As you can see, it actually attracts. Check it out, right? Alright folks, I actually have my lab coat off because it's hard to see the stream against my white coat. So I just have my like gray-black shirt so we can see it, alright? Here's a close-up of it. Build up our charge. Alright. Alright, check it out, huh? The stream comes closer to the balloon. Like so, you can see me bending the stream. Alright. I can build up a little bit more.
Try the opposite.
I'll try the opposite side. Neat, huh? It attracts right to the balloon. Alright folks, so those last few demonstrations and those last few experiments I thought were pretty neat. They introduced the same ideas as static electricity, but in a slightly different way, and it was a bit different than the last set, so that was cool. So to recap on what we talked about, what we did, let's start with the first experiment we did, with this one right here, with the levitating match, right, on the string. And it was neat because what we were able to do is we were able to build up charge, right, on our balloon with our glove, and we're able to allow the match to either attract or repel based off of where you place the balloon, right? So again, we're building up so that we have a lot of more negative charge electrons on the surface, and that interacted with something that was perfectly balanced, staying still, and it was able to allow force to either repel or to push towards the balloon, which is neat. And that repulsion or attraction was due to either electrons being repulsed because they're the same charge, or the negative side being attracted to the positive side of the match. So that was neat there. And it was kind of the same idea, I think, with our second experiment. We were able to build up charge on this polycarbonate surface. We did that with our glove, I think. And there's attraction and repulsion depending on where the okay, I can actually still do it right here with my finger. Depending on what was in the the shoebox, we were able to use, you know, maybe our balloon. We were able to, you know, wipe the surface to build up charge. We were able to make. There was aluminum foil. There was I'm sorry. What is it's called the styrofoam. Thank you. Didn't come to me. The styrofoam, the beads. They were able to jump up because they were attracted to and repulsed by that static charge. And yeah, I think that's really the same thing that happened with our water, and then even with our the hair experiment. We were able to take our balloon, rub it on Grace's head, not mine, because we were able to build a static electricity easier and pick up the sheet because of the attraction. The water one, which is kind of my favorite one, was we were able to make this water stream fall due to gravity. We were able to make it either move left or move right because the water stream, the positive side of the water stream, was able to attract to the negative electrons, the negatively charged electrons on the balloon. So yeah, I think those ideas are pretty neat, and thank you for joining us.